BBC.co.uk, this from Ollie saying, I watched Poseidon last week. If you ever want to watch a movie that sums up the very worst of Hollywood, watch Poseidon. Right from the first shot of the film, Wolfgang Petersen is merely showing off his CGI budget.
That's absolutely true. That's right on the money.
And you know that the rest of it is going to stink. And he doesn't disappoint. The script is probably one of the worst ever written. It is cliched, sexist, and the writer clearly never saw Airplane. Petersen hasn't a clue how to direct actors or indeed anything else other than his beloved CGI water. The acting is terrible. The only well-delivered line is when Richard Dreyfuss is asked, is it bad? And he replies with conviction, it's very bad. The audience feels his pain. Forget Ice Age 2, Poseidon is the death of narrative cinema.
Can I just to say something on that point? It was my suspicion when I saw Poseidon that actually at some point there was a longer version of it with more talking, and then when they got it into the editing room they realised the talking was all so bad that they just cut it away. I mean, I can't believe they set out to make a movie with that little character and that little dialogue. I suspect that they started out thinking that they were remakes. If you remember the original Poseidon adventure, it's all to do with character, it's all to do with, Gene Hackman as the turbulent priest. It's, every single character is well drawn. The only character that's well drawn in Poseidon is Richard Dreyfuss, who's the jilted gay architect. And the only reason he's well drawn is because you just remember, oh yes, he's the jilted gay architect. Is he actually standing in for Shelley Winters? I think they got it into the editing room. They realised that the characters, every time they spoke, were terrible. So they cut out as much dialogue as was possible, which literally left, I've been jilted and I'm a gay architect. Here comes a wave. Is it bad? Yes, it is. Oops. I mean, that's it.
Simon in Great Yarmouth can't believe someone has remade the classic Poseidon adventure with obvious terrible results. What 1970s classic disaster movie will they ruin next? Earthquake, Towering Inferno? Who will play Steve McQueen's fire chief? Jude Law? Oh, well, at least the World Cup is finally here. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, but it's not the first remake of Poseidon adventure. There was a television remake of Poseidon which updated it by having the ship be knocked over by a terrorist act rather than a wave. There was a wave as well, but it would have survived the wave had it not been for the terrorists. That was the kind of post-terrorist age spin. It was rubbish. Of course, it was absolute rubbish.